Hey, we have audio now.
Oh.
Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Welcome into, I already did my spiel. I guess I got to do it again.
Welcome.
Welcome into Columbia, South Carolina for this rendition of the Palmetto Bowl here on the lacrosse field. It's Carolina Clemson, as Carolina looking for now their 7th straight win. Clemson trying to get back to their winning ways. They've lost 3 of their last 4. Quick recap of the game since it's been kind of no audio. There's a shot and a goal. Well, right on cue. Now it's 1-1. Ian Jackson ties this game. It was the first shot and goal from Carolina. Gargulio finished it off on the pass from Kyle Anthony. Clemson has just tied it off the goal from Ian Jackson, the senior.
Should I do Clemson replays?
If you want.
All right, might as well.
This is a Palmetto State showdown. You know, I had my whole pregame speech ready and going, and then all of a sudden they started early. Not that much early, but a little early.
Yeah.
Well, third face-off of the game, won both times by Clemson. For Carolina doing the face-off honors, it is Verano. Going to be a procedural call. For Clemson, it is Logan Jordan, the freshman at Fogo. So, 1 goal apiece. Carolina coming in scorching hot, winners of 6 straight by an average of over 11 goals per game. They just downed the number 5 team in the country and now find themselves ranked inside the top 20 in the MCLA coaches pool. Clemson not as hot coming out of lately, losers of 3 of their last 4. Trying to get back and do something they haven't done since 2012. Win a lacrosse game in Columbia, South Carolina.
2012?
Yeah, it's been 2012 since Clemson beat Carolina here. However, Clemson did beat Carolina last year, snapped what was a 7-year losing streak to the Gamecocks. They won that one up in Clemson. And they're trying to do something for the first time they haven't done since the 2012-2013 seasons, and that is get back-to-back wins over Carolina. Gamecocks have owned this series as of late. They're going to try to continue that trend as well, as Carolina's won 9 of the last 11. That ball picked up, well, it was picked up by Carolina. Then it's going to be a scram for it just around the attack zone. Pass to the near side. That one's no good. It was Buffone near side who couldn't handle it. One of the things I have noted with Carolina, their defense is spectacular. It's all thanks to that man in net, the man in the cage, Colm Flynn. He's been locked down all season along with Morales and a couple other key defenders for Carolina. You know, it's not just that they're scoring a lot of goals, Jeff, it's that they're not allowing a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Pass near side, got in front of the crease, blocked by Flynn. Oh, and what a hit from behind NX. That's going to draw a flag. Looked like the shot was going to be from Morrison, the sophomore. He missed that one, and now it's going to be, I think, a slash call against Carolina. 1-minute penalty, not locked in. I think it's by Levy, the junior from Madison, Virginia. Clock issues here. If you're new to the stream and haven't streamed with us currently, this is another time where we've had this problem. We can't see the clock. Jeff may be able to see it if he leans down.
Yeah.
Oh,
crud. I just put on an ad.
Oh, Midland's Mavs.
Yeah.
Well, we're all good now. And as well as not being able to see the clock, we are directly behind the shot clock. So we'll use context clues, don't worry. Clemson man up for the first time this game. First penalty by either side. That one's a righty rip. Underhanded, goes wide. Ian Jackson looking for his 2nd goal of the game. Jackson has it up top, looking for a crease. That one's wide. They're going to call it a pass, so a turnover. He's looking for Morrison in X. Well, the Gamecocks are going to try to clear it. A beautiful spin right there. Romano, one of the attorneys on this Gamecock team that's really been showing up this season. Gamecocks will need him to be solid here tonight. They want to get back the Palmetto Bowl after a loss last year. Turnover there from the Gamecocks. Nice defense from Clemson on the near sideline. Other than the 1 goal, Clemson's had most of the possession in this game. That helps with 2 of the 3 face-off wins so far from Jordan. Jackson looked like he wanted to dodge. Now he'll just pass it up top. Clemson will set their offense. Still a man up. Gamecocks back to full strength, right on cue. Pressures ball far side. Now getting toward the creases, the Tigers, and it's a goal yet again. This one belongs to Holden Morrison, the sophomore. 2-1 go the Tigers.
Dang. I didn't have the Gamecocks or the Clemson goal on there. Yeah, 2-1. I did show the replay though. Let's start it again.
2-1. Morrison, that's his 38th goal of the season. The leading goal scorer for the Tigers notches another and gives Clemson their first lead of the game. Well, it's a cooler night here than we're usually used to seeing in Columbia, Jeff. It feels like usually this time of year it's like 80s and humid, but tonight it's nice 70s and not humid. Something you don't see in the state a lot. Pass that's going to be behind and saved by Carolina. What a job. I think that was Gargulio on the far side keeping that in. It was a dangerous pass that would have been out of bounds, and now Carolina will set up in the attack zone. Again, we don't have the shot clock in our view. Like, context clues will have to be used, so apologies, but we'll do our best with everything. And also on the stream, congrats to Jeff Rose for coaching his B team lacrosse team to an undefeated season for AC Flora.
Finally.
You know, finally. It took you long enough. Pass toward the crease. That one's from Anthony. It's good. Wolf to Anthony. Falcons tie it. You're not Falcons. Gamecocks tie it. It's 2-2. Got me in the. I just called Flora. I got me in the Flora mood now.
Go Falcons.
You're just used to it, you know?
Yeah, I need to brighten the image if I can remember how to do that.
2-2 early. 6:57 to go here in this first quarter. And this is the regular season finale for both teams. Gamecocks come in now in the winning side. They were below 500 for all of the season, or at 500, and for the first time they are now above after, again, winners of 6 straight. That's going to draw a flag. Looked like it was Jordan who was trying to get away the Fogo. Dangerous pass reeled in by Leonard, and a high clear that doesn't matter, so technically it's a turnover. However, Tigers will keep possession after the Gamecock flag. Should be a push with possession, I believe. Correct, Jeff?
Yes. Yeah. Should be.
So technical 30 going to be assessed on the Gamecocks.
Hey, look. Yeah, I just checked the audio.
Oh, we're good.
Sure. I mean, like it's on down there.
Yeah, for everyone who has, of course, no idea who we are. We had some audio issues yesterday, or I had some audio issues yesterday.
Yeah.
All's good though. We figured it out finally,
yeah.
After a nice little call from Jeff in the middle of the second quarter, I think it was. End of the first, yeah. Took us a little longer than we thought it was going to take, though. Well, Tigers up for their man up, second time this game. Looking for the right-handed rip. Instead, they pass it toward the far side. That one's going to be lost. Scram and X going to be flipped into the air, and Tigers will kind of recuperate, if you will. It's Carter Cabby when he released it. Now Gamecocks back to full strength and right behind. There's a flag, another push with possession. This time it's going to be on Aston Reich. Gamecocks got to get out of their own way early. 3 early penalties here in the first quarter. And as we call it here, it's house money for the Tigers. They have flag on the field in favor of them and a chance to score. Win-win situation. Near side righty rip. That one's deflected before it gets to Flynn. However, the Tigers pick it up. Jackson spinning. That one looks like contact. A lot of contact. Finally, not Falcons again, but Gamecocks punish what looks to be a trying to dodge inside from Wonder.
All right, so another technical 30 here, I guess.
That's best case scenario after the hit. So third,
you don't want like a body check.
Yeah, third straight penalty from Carolina. Clemson will again play with their third time being a man up. However, if I do serve correctly, they didn't score in the man up situation, so they have yet to take advantage of a Gamecock penalty. You know, my short memory. We have short-term and long-term memory loss here on this channel.
No idea.
It's my job to pay attention to these things, and I still fail.
I mean, I just coached a lacrosse game, and at the end of it, I remember very little.
And you described it to me. You said you were rushing over here, and
Yeah.
so far so good. Jackson shot, Jackson goal. The senior with his second puts the Tigers back in front, 3-2.
Yeah. Good rip.
Yeah, bounced it right by Flynn. And Flynn's been solid this year. 57% save rating. You know, you really can't ask for much more, and a lot of those saves have come up big in the second half of the season. Again, South Carolina has not allowed double digits to an opponent in this 6-game win streak.
Oh, that's nice.
Most we've allowed, I believe, is 7. Jordan wins the faceoff, and now off and trying to run with it. Looks to be batted towards near the crease from Snyder. Now the Gamecocks will take back possession. Looks like it's Tilden who's going to get the clear for Carolina. Well, the Gamecocks have made the most of their opportunities so far on the offensive side. 2 goals and about 3 trips on the right side of the field. Well, so far, though, just haven't been able to get it on this side of the field too many times. Again, 3-2 game. Clemson trying to go back-to-back against the Gamecocks for the first time since the 2012-2013 season. Hurley, right side, right dodge. Finds the back of the net. Went across the goalie. No chance for Hennessy.
Nice work.
The junior from North Carolina gets his 18th goal on the season, coming off of a 2-goal performance against the Longhorns. Ties this game at 3 for South Carolina. Verano back on face-off duty for the Gamecocks. Or, well, it wasn't Verano, excuse me, that was Gorman. They were calling Landon. Tilden pass near side. The shot from Wolf, underhand deflected out. Nice save from Hennessy. Carolina, though, keeps possession after chasing X. I like the fast tempo, trying to catch Clemson off guard. The first time they've been able to do that this game. After Gorman won the faceoff. Well, the Gamecocks have 3 separate goal scorers, Anthony, Hurley, and Gargulio so far. Who will they look towards next? Wolf near side looking towards the crease. That one taken away. It looked like it was Meyer trying to be on the receiving end. However, the defense for the Tigers knock it down, get it to Hennessy.
Oh, what's the clock look like?
Clock, we have about 3:30 left to go. Gamecocks take it away, get past the midline. However, that's going to get all the way towards the Tiger X, and Hennessy will go and scoop it up before Carolina can take it back. Well, Clemson has 2 goal scorers that get past the midline. It's Ian Jackson so far with 2, Morrison with 1. This Tiger team, you know, losers of last 3 of their 4, however, they were very, very hot in the middle of February and March. Saved by Flynn on the far side. Tigers got to the crease, couldn't make the most of it. The Tigers hit their hot streak towards the middle of the season, as I said, for all of February in the beginning of March.
They almost hid behind the 10.
They were hiding from me behind the 10.
For the record, my scaffolding was up for like 3 hours.
And they still took your power away.
They took power and set up the 10.
Yeah, I was very happy for an extra, little rest before we got to the game. You told me I had to be here at 5:30. I could be here at 6, which was nice. But no, I was trying to figure out who's behind the tent. But as I said, Clemson 6-game win streak during that period. Wins against High Point, NC State, Kentucky, North Carolina, Alabama, and Missouri. Since then, though, they've lost to a couple of familiar Gamecock foes. Talk about that in a second. Carolina trying to get towards the crease. Shot from Egan is blocked. That is right. I don't think I've gotten to call Connor Egan this year.
Wait.
Number 3.
So has our win streak coincided with his return?
Potentially, it's around there. I don't think it's exactly coinciding.
How many goals do you have?
It's not exactly coinciding, no, but he says 5 goals.
Okay.
He's definitely helped. Yeah, Connor
I was
Egan with
looking
the
for him earlier.
Yeah, 2 goals, 2 ground balls. That one deflected by Hennessy. It was a near side rip there from Meyer. No dice, though. Looks like a hold on the Tigers. Carolina will regain possession. That will go against Luke Romano, the redshirt freshman, for defense. Up top, Johnny Stanton. Looking for a roll dodge to the right side. He's got a little squeeze of opening, and he scores. Takes it all the way from the top. He'll chip it in and give the Gamecocks the 4-3 lead. The senior from Virginia connects. Carolina leads with 1:15 to go here in the opening quarter.
I still have my Venmo handle underneath the Instagram. Oh, by the way, I am raising money to field a B-team club lacrosse team.
Oh boy.
For AC Flora.
Good luck.
So if somebody does want to contribute to the Venmo handle, that would be fantastic.
Procedural call going to go on Jordan. Looks like his second one of the game, meaning Carolina has possession yet again. 1:15 to go. Tilden up top. We're going back and forth. It looks like it was Superzinski staying in front. Gamecocks will set it up. Mullins into the game. Egan back as well. Left-handed rip from Egan, and he scores! Left-handed snipe for Connor Egan. Gamecocks jump in front by 2.
He was hardly even on the field.
I know. Well, it went from Hurley to Mullins to Egan. Didn't look like he was going to dodge. Gave him a little bit of space, and the left-handed rip is good. Largest lead of the game for either side, of course, the 2-goal lead.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean much at this stage, but you still like to have it. Verano back on the face-off duty. Looks like it's Colton Storfer for the Tigers for the first time on face-off duty, wearing number 29. Storfer's only 4 for 5 on face-offs this season. He'll do battle with Verano, and Verano will win possession and wins it forward. Verano has a 57% face-off win percentage. He gets there for the Gamecocks, who have a chance to take a 3-goal lead with only 30 seconds left to go in the quarter.
Yeah, I guess since we streamed them last, looks like he's settled in at face-off a lot more.
Yeah, Gamecocks roll between about 2. Gorman and Verano. Verano, a little more, seems like he's taken more of the face-off role, but I like, they rolled with Gorman for a bit. Right-handed rip is good. I didn't think Hurley had an opening. Well, I was wrong. Gamecocks come out firing all of a sudden.
Dude, Casey Hurley always has an opening.
They've doubled up the Tigers after trailing 3-2. 4 unanswered goals for Carolina here at the end of the first quarter. Casey Hurley with his second goal, the junior from North Carolina.
Oh, by the way, at the end of replays, we will probably see my Venmo handle a lot, mostly because the MacBook is at my feet on the scaffolding, so I can't really see.
Yeah, scaffolding's up high and the camera's up even higher than usual. Jeff doing wonders here. It looked like it was going to be Gamecock possession, however, Healy couldn't grab it, and that should do it at the end of the first quarter. Jordan couldn't corral it. Last second rip is not there. Wolf was looking towards the crease, however, after trailing 3-2, Gamecocks come out firing 4 goals in the last third part of the first quarter. 6-3 lead Carolina here in the Palmetto Bowl.
Does this say Q2 on the scoreboard?
Well, you gotta have me lean down. Yeah, of course.
All right, excellent.
Yes,
good,
quarter 2 here at what we've dubbed Sonic Stadium. Usually you play at Bojangles, now it's Sonic.
Yeah, I passed Bojangles on the way back here.
It seems like a good crowd, though, from both sides now starting to fill in here.
Yeah. It's good to be back.
Well, we weren't really sure we were going to do this one until about yesterday at like 5.
So last year there were a bunch of games that were like late on Saturdays or on Sundays or Friday nights. And those are really good nights for me because they're less likely to have lacrosse, AC floor lacrosse. I guess I've been actually coaching during a couple of those, and we're streaming for varsity over there for others. They went to Bishop England today.
Yeah.
Varsity and JV, and but they moved the start time up to like 5 o'clock. Yeah. It starts time to like 5 o'clock, and it's just like no way, especially since I just came back from Vegas. Sometimes I got to do work, you know.
Sometimes, you know, it's not as easy. You know.
Yeah.
Wish I could be a lawyer and nice. Sit around, you know, edit videos all day.
Which one of you is Hurley?
Yeah, it's Teddy Russell from last year.
Yeah.
Little flip sides. Carolina.
Wait, Casey Hurley's number 0, right?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless he changed numbers on me, and that would be very unnice. Gorman's back to do face-off. Looks like Jordan's in there for the Tigers. Face-offs have been going the way of Carolina recently. And it will be won yet again by the Gamecocks. Healy picks it up. And, you know, I said in the first half of that first quarter, Clemson felt like it controlled possession more. All of that sudden, Carolina switched momentum. They've won more face-offs, gotten more possession, and of course.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, is the score 6-3?
Score is 6-3.
I just want to make sure.
That's what I have.
Yeah, no, I think so.
Yeah, 2 from Hurley, 1 from Egan, 1 from Stanton, 1 from Anthony, and 1 from Gargulio. On the flip side, it's Jackson still with 2 and Morrison with 1 for Clemson. Hurley gets to the far side, looks like he had a chance. I think he's young. Instead it goes back up top. No need to rush Carolina. They have a 3-goal lead again. They've been stifling teams, great defense, better offense. Roll dodge, left-handed rip, that one's good. Nathan Wolf, the freshman, gets around the Tigers up top, 7-3 lead. That was beautiful, Jeff.
Yeah, that was nice. I like that.
That was the second nice roll dodge we've seen. One by Stanton, and then all of a sudden, Wolf just pivoted all of a sudden, went around. I mean, sometimes there's just good defense, better offense, it feels like.
Yeah. All right.
Gorman back on face-off. Nathan Wolf was the freshman that impressed back in the first game we called against Boston College. Procedural now showing the emotion all of a sudden is Logan Jordan, the freshman at Fogo. Another face-off loss for Clemson. And the Gamecocks can really take a firm grasp on this game if they can score right here. The number 19th ranked team in the MCLA. After starting 1-6, winners of 6 in a row, looking to go 7 in a row and build toward a strong playoff push. Gamecocks got Anthony up top. Face guarded by Isinger. Now pass to the crease. That one's blocked. Gargulio got a point-blank range rip, but Hennessy able to deflect it. Chased by both Hurley and Anthony. Seems like Carolina's getting a lot of good looks, a lot of good cuts towards the crease. That's one right there, just a little out of reach. It's going to be an off-centered pass. It looked like it was going towards 2 Gamecocks on the far side of the crease. Neither one could possess it. Romano has to go down to a knee to try to field it. He does do so. Oss face running him a long pass across field, taken in by Anthony for South Carolina. Stolen away, and now looking to try to pick up the pace, but it was out of the reach of Ost back in X. Just under 13 minutes here to go in this first half. Carolina 7-3 lead over the Tigers of Clemson. Carolina's controlled this rivalry, except for last year. Clemson got their first win in 7 years. Slash call.
No, I think that was offsides.
Oh, you thought it was offside? You're right, it is offsides. It looked like a slash. I saw the flag go up. I was watching the ball with the slash. I didn't see back at the midline.
Yeah. The ref was counting.
Yeah, it looked like it was Gargulio who committed the offside, so he runs on to help for defense. You know, he had to make sure it was on him, and then he runs across the play. So technically, Carolina man up. However, it's not exactly the way you want it to be. Looking for a wraparound shot. Good defense from the Gamecocks, and then that'll do it.
Yeah, sometimes like in that situation, you'd want to like double the ball, try to force a turnover since you're playing with 7. But when you're up 4, just let time burn, you know.
I mean, it's an early game though. You don't want to let too much time. You don't want to start getting too, you know, cathartic.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, so the other option is just sit them on the crease and don't give up an easy goal.
I mean, that's always what you want to do, correct?
Yeah.
Well, the 4th penalty now for South Carolina here so far. Clemson's yet to commit one. However, Carolina leads by 4, and Clemson has not had a man-up goal so far this evening. Kind of a weird change of fate, if you will, with how this game has gone. So if you're a Tiger, you've got to take advantage of the Gamecocks' mistakes. So far, they have not. Scored all of their goals toward the beginning of the game, and since then now, 5 unanswered for Carolina. See if Clemson can get back on the board here. Ooh, took his eye off the ball. Was Cabby, but he'll get it back in X. Jackson thought about it, now passing towards the crease. Wraparound shot off the crossbar. Do not have a 61 on my roster for the Tigers. If anyone would like to comment, that'd be great. If not, well, I can try to play context clues in a little bit after this man up. Looks like a bouncer that is taken in by Clemson. Skip pass all the way to the far side. That's good. What an assist. What a pass. Clemson scores. Snaps the Gamecocks' 5-goal streak. Looks like Buffone.
All right. All right, there we go. I've committed to showing highlights for both schools.
It's a Palmetto Bowl. First time the winner of this game will take the trophy back. Verano versus Jordan. Verano wins it. He lost the first couple, but has since settled in quite nicely. See if the Gamecocks can respond. Train in the background, of course. For anyone who's lived here, synonymous with Columbia, South Carolina. Someone was late getting to work today because of a train.
Oh, were you?
That wasn't me, actually. That was one of my friends.
Oh, I got you.
No, I left too early in the morning for me to be stopped by a train.
Oh, you don't have any trains between yours?
No, I don't, which is also very nice. I wasn't going to mention that. I was going to let everyone think I was just smart, but no, that's not the reason.
Never let trains keep me from work.
No, I've been smart enough to not live right in direction of a train track in the last 3 years. 4 years ago, trust me, I was getting stopped by them all the time. But this year, smarter. Stanton's already scored 1, dodging all the way to the right. Looks for a skip pass. Nice dodge to the right side, off the goalie's face mask. It was a right-handed overhand rip from Mullins. Goes out of bounds, saved from the Tigers. I think it was Jackson who batted it back in. Or not Jackson, excuse me, that's Quisenberry. I thought he had chase, so I don't know if that was intentional or what the plan was. Maybe just trying to get it away from the Gamecocks, who were in pursuit. Well, Stanton spins, fakes the pass, overhanded rip to the right. That one's far. Hennessy doesn't have a play on it, but Ost back in X. We'll get the chase for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, seeing Stanton and Egan out there, it makes me want Teddy and
yes.
Yeah, Charlie King to get out.
I know. All the
need more eligibility.
I'm sure they could have used their COVID years. Well, Stanton falls. There's the train right. Eisinger on defense. Mullins dodges right, tries to get it. However, a nice stick check from behind from the Tigers. Spoil that Gamecocks chance. Defense was Graff on there, and he's currently trying to fight for the ball near side, but both Graff and it looks like that Zeigler get tied up with Egan, meaning Mullins will take the ground ball in. And we've seen it a lot in lacrosse this year, I feel like, Jeff, throughout our Gamecock games and Florida games, that a lot of defenders just get kind of tied up and get more into the tie-up rather than trying to get the ground ball.
Yeah.
Look for the late pass from Wolf. Does not connect. Now, ball goes into X.
Yeah, there's a kind of a fine line between recognizing when you're going to have somebody to help.
Yeah, hold on the
when you need to
Gamecocks.
just
Turnover.
get the ball, you know.
Well, it's not been a goal for a while. I haven't been able to update, but about 8:30 left on the clock. Now, Jackson taking it far in. Straight ahead shot. He gets hacked. It's going to be a flag as another looks going to be a flag on Clemson. I think crease violation or not. Well, penalty on Clemson, but
it's going to be
yeah,
either
it'd be Clemson
illegal body
possession.
check or a cross check.
Yeah, I was getting there.
I think he went in with shoulders, probably illegal body check.
Well, I was saying back in, they called Carolina ball because I think they went, it was a crease violation when they were behind an X, and then, but yeah, of course, Clemson.
Yeah, I know.
Because they pointed Carolina's direction. I can only assume it was crease violation. However, the near side was definitely a,
yeah, the second infraction just stops the play.
yes.
I got a timeout.
Timeout by,
I think.
yeah, timeout Coach Candela, his first of the half. South Carolina, 7-4 lead. Really got going towards the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second. 5 unanswered. Clemson's been able to kind of stop the bleeding, and if they can score right here, they can really get back into this game. You know, they started hot early, had a 3-2 lead, and then of course, it was really that flurry at the end that really did them in. It felt like the Gamecocks won about 3 straight face-offs and took them immediately to the cage.
Yeah. Man, all right. I'm enjoying the game.
This is fun. I'm glad we got to do it.
Yeah. So I'd give you an update, a more thorough update on the Florida B team game.
That's what everyone wants to hear at home, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, why wouldn't they? But I can't really remember much of it.
Hey, you were telling me you feel like it's a blur, right?
It's tough. I mean, because I'm like turning towards subbing in guys, and so I generally miss like half the goals, anyways.
I do not envy your position trying to get everybody in the B team game, plus you know, also trying to manage the game at the same time.
Yeah, unfortunately, we weren't able to this time either. It was like a 4-1 lead at halftime.
Well, we played Heathwood, so that's not.
Yeah.
That was always nice to get a win over Heathwood.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, we won the the citywide championship.
Oh yeah. Tigers have possession, going to be far side. I think that's currently Snyder with the ball, if my vision is correct. He's just currently in the one ray of sunlight we have, and I can't say Clemson's numbers are favorable for a broadcaster.
Yeah, it's a little challenging.
Just a little. Clemson man up. Her 5th of the game, I believe. Looking for a pass to the crease. That one's high and misses.
All right.
Another missed opportunity for the Tigers. Now the Gamecocks will look to clear. Man down still. Get it near side. Nice pass to Leggio. We'll set up shop here again. So now, even with the shot clock in college, Jeff, I feel like you want to waste the penalty, which is exactly what Carolina just did, I think. Never mind, I think he just ran on from the far side.
Yeah, no, we just have 4 out there.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say, I think we only have 5 still, though, right?
Yeah, we're still man down.
Okay. That's what I thought, but Hurley was taking his time coming in.
One of the defenders stepped off, so.
Which is exactly what Hurley's doing. He's just wasting time for the penalty, trying to get back to full strength here. And there we go. Now Carolina will look to take that goal back. Meyer comes inside, looking for a right-handed rip. That one bounces past Hennessy. Matthew Meyer joins the goal-scoring parade. That's 8 now for Carolina, and they've doubled up the Tigers yet again. It's 8-4. The sophomore from Alexandria, Virginia, with 7:15 left.
I'm from Alexandria, Virginia.
I was so confused by you.
Not what you expected me to say.
Well,
right
I was
there.
looking down at the clock, and so I was not looking at my sheet, and I just saw out. So I said Alexandria, Virginia, and I was like, did I get that wrong? I was like, what did I say?
Yeah, I was born on Fort Belvoir, and Alexandria is the closest city to it, so
Well, there you go.
you can claim either.
Jordan versus Verano, a matchup we've become accustomed to here at Sonic Field. Looks like that's a push, loose ball push. So, Tiger ball. 8-4 lead for Carolina. Looking all stolen as they are replacing members coming on and off. The Gamecocks steal that one. Looked like it was Albano coming in. So, you know, even though Clemson got possession to start the face-off, right on cue and something goes back their way, Carolina comes in, steals, big-time steal from Albano, who just was running on as a defense. Now the Gamecocks look to capitalize on the Clemson mistake. Rotation for Carolina, dodging toward the middle. Oh, yard sale. Wolf lost it.
Beautiful yard sale.
Yeah, it was doing the honors, Justin Quisenberry, the junior. So, I mean, it looked like the yard sale, almost like Wolf was kind of celebrating, throwing his stick up in the air just with how it twirled.
It's like artistic.
It was almost like a, kind of like one of the, what do they call Jeff in the marching band, the baton twirlers? Like he was like twirling a baton in the air.
Right, yeah.
Clemson trying to respond here, down 4 goals. Largest lead of the game so far, yet again, for Carolina. Jackson dodges right-handed rip into the net of Flynn. The junior in goal from Long Beach continues to impress. And again, one of the, you know, we talk about the offense again, double-digit scoring. They've won games by around 11, margin of victory, 11 goals over. They won by a combined 69 goals in their last 6 games, and a lot of that is the offense, but a lot of that as well is Flynn. There's a flag gonna be on the Tigers, the first one on Clemson. That's gonna go against Romano.
No, it's all ball.
That's what I'm saying, Romano, yeah, there's a Romano on Clemson.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
Luke Romano.
Wait, so Flynn's from the LBC?
Yes, Long Beach, New York, not North Carolina.
That's a different one.
Oh.
It's not California.
Oh. I said my bad. I meant North. I meant
no, Long
New
Beach.
York. Yes,
Yeah.
my uncle's from Long Beach, actually.
Yeah.
So I've been out there
California?
3 times. Yeah. Well, not from Long Beach. He lives in Long Beach. My uncle?
Does he know Snoop Dogg?
I wish. That'd be a lot cooler. You know, Texas pictures of just like places he's eating, like that just like oversee the Pacific, and I'm like, that's not fair. I wish I could like be there. Because, you know, going out there, I like to visit. I don't know if I want to live there, but visiting's really cool. And a lot of the places they have out to eat there, more on the expensive side, but you still crave it now and again. Like this one place called Javier's. He'd love that I'm talking about it. I took a couple of my friends out there a couple of years ago, and I think one of my good friends was like, I want to go to a nice like restaurant, but not like nice. And my uncle was like, I know the place. $50 steak was worth it.
Javier's in Long Beach, unpaid sponsorship.
Trust me, they don't need any sponsorship. We actually saw Van Jefferson there. That was pretty cool. My uncle's seen Sam Darnold, for those who watch football.
Well, if anyone goes out, is listening to this and goes out.
Pass to the crease, behind the back shot. Spoiled by Hennessy. Looked like Gargulio was the one who was trying to score, or Wolf. Can't tell if it's an 88 or a 66. Almost a diving save as the wind's now starting to whip in.
Good effort. I almost hit the save button on the effort. Dive. If you were to come up with it.
I think it was the Wolf who was on crease trying to behind the back. BTB, if you will. And Gamecocks still made up their first opportunity as Gargulio loses it. Taken in though, nice bounce. That one shot safe from Hennessy. Young looking for his first goal of the evening. Now Clemson trying to clear it, and Eisinger just runs right by everybody. Clemson right-handed rip. That one's safe from Flynn. Ground ball picked up from the Gamecocks. However, some nice stick checks from behind from Ian Jackson. However, It is taken in over the midline. It looks like that was the very well-versed senior defenseman, Anthony Romano, for Carolina. There you go. About 3:20 left to go here in this first half. Bounce passed over to Egan, far side. Up top, left-handed rip underneath is wide. Gonna be a tight chase. We'll go in favor of the Gamecocks.
Extra ball on the field.
Easy kickoff, though. No. Nothing that stops play for too long.
Just say hello to my coworker, Justin.
Pass toward the crease. Stanton can't come up with it.
He's a big Gamecocks fan.
There's a lot of Gamecocks fan probably watching this stream. Of course, we do streaming for a school technically in Forest Acres, one of the outlets of Columbia. Offsides on Clemson. That's gonna draw another flag.
Cross check to the head. Jeez.
That is 3 flags simultaneously. So Gamecocks have all the momentum. An offside for Clemson. Now they'll double the ball. It's Egan, far side. Rolls back toward the middle. Gets triple, comes around the left-handed shot, just kick save from Hennessy, goes out and X, and now we're gonna see all the carnage.
So it should be, it's the same guy, so it should be a locked-in penalty if my understanding of the rules. Because I thought they added it to college too. But I don't know. I thought they added it to high school, and we have so many contact to the head and neck area.
The one thing I did like about Christchurch up in the upstate when we were calling is they were right in front of us, meaning we could see what the penalties were.
Yeah.
So it looks like a 2-minute technical. There's the offsides. So
and then cross check 1 minute.
For 1.
That's all.
I haven't seen a locked in yet.
No, he didn't. But yeah, 1 minute on the cross check and 30 seconds on the offsides.
So
both releasable?
Yes, I believe. Meaning
even though they're consecutively served, so 1.5 minutes on the penalty.
Yeah, Gamecock's second man-up opportunity here of the evening. Again, thank you for joining us here on Definite Fiction. Regular season finale for both Carolina and Clemson. Gamecocks trying to get back to their winning ways against the Tigers. They've won 9 of their last 11. Clemson trying to do something they haven't done since 2012, 2013, go back-to-back against Carolina. Alex Ross, Jeff Rose, thank you for being here, and we're set to begin the final part of this second quarter, end of the first half. Just hit the 2-minute mark. Carolina will feel out the Tigers' man-down defense. So pretty much this penalty will last the remainder of the half for the Tigers, barring a Carolina goal. Skip pass far side, lefty rip is good. That one I think is Young, if I'm not mistaken. I couldn't see the 9 for a second. The Reds blending in with the Blacks, but Carolina back in front by 5. It's 9-4. Well, the sophomore Mitty joins the scoring parade here for Carolina. The 8th Gamecock with the goal. They're spreading the love around. Well, another familiar matchup again, Verano Jordan. Face-off won by Jordan. Looking for a yard sale. That one's a stick check. Somehow Clemson keeps in possession, and now Luke Romano off and running with the long pull. He got a nice stick check taken away. Now Clemson will have to pick the ground ball up far side and just recuperate. Again, after the Carolina goal, back to full strength for both sides. 6-on-6 for the final, just under 70 seconds. Dodging up top, no opening at all for Supersinski. Now Tigers will move it around X. The junior Fusaro gets to crease, spinning, and that one's wide. Had a good look at goal, however, could not finish it. Was Buffone. Or not, excuse me, not Buffone, that's Wonder. That was on crease. I don't think Flynn got a stick on that. Looked like there was a good cut.
Was he trying to bank it off of Flynn?
I don't know. I think Flynn got his stick from the cage over. That grounder is wide. That shot was from Snyder. Well, I want to say Flynn, they were trying to look for X on the cut, and Flynn just poked his stick out there. There's a shot on the left side. Called penalty. I'm not sure what exactly.
Shot clock, I think, maybe.
Again, we're right in front of the, for those just joining us, we are right behind the shot clock, meaning we have no chance of even having any idea what the shot clock is. So,
I was about to say failure to advance. But I was like, no?
We're not in high school. Romano clears, 15 seconds left in the half. Gamecocks got to move fast. Hit 10. We're at 5, no dice for Carolina. They're on the far side now looking towards crease. Gargulio takes it in, tries to spin, stick check, and that will do it. Neither team can score at the end of the half, but Carolina commanding 5-goal lead. The Tigers were up 3-2, and then all of a sudden it was an explosion. 6-2 outscoring for South Carolina since around that 5-minute mark of the first quarter. And they've done very well. Face-offs, offense, defense, I mean, trifecta working in unison.
Excellent, you said it all.
I tried.
Good job. All right, well, I guess there's not music, but we'll play some royalty-free music just so we can stretch our ears.
Take the bathroom breaks we all need, you know, and stretch our legs. You know, standing on scaffolding's not fun.
Yeah. Although I'm scared to move. All right, we'll be back in a bit. All right. So I know it's halftime. Here, come right over here. So Coach Glick, Steve Glick's the coach of the Hammond B team, and we got some of his players supporting the team. There you go. All right. Those are some of the Hammond players. Steve Glick's one of the one of the Gamecocks, and coaching the B team.
Hold on, let me get a video of this shit. Wait, hold on. How do you guys know Clint? I coached you guys from the Yeah, let me see that sign. Go. Alright, let me see this one.
I gotta get up, Jeff?
All right. Yeah. Come on up.
Wait.
Oh wait, before you do, how much time's on the clock?
Huh?
How much time on the clock?
A little under 4. A little over 3. So
All right, just over 3. Come on up.
You ready?
All right. Yeah. All right, Alex coming back up on the scaffolding, so I have to hold the camera.
Wait, did he tell you to
Yeah, grab your headset.
Are we live?
Yeah. Yeah, so I had to turn the camera around and
Oh, yeah.
and get all the Hammond B teamers. So it was, yeah, Glick. What number is Glick?
31, I
31,
believe.
I think that's right.
31.
Yeah.
Yes. From?
He's the B team.
No, I'm saying like
from
Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah. What, I can't remember which. Oh, he went to Hammond,
I
right?
say I was assuming you went to Hammond, right?
He did.
That was before my time. So
His dad used to be a coach.
it's before my lacrosse time. I had
Yeah.
the time he was at Hammond, I did not know lacrosse. Now
Yeah.
I do. So
So yeah, Steve Glick coaching the Hammond B teamers. I guess I shouldn't point out right now that I outcoached Glick. No, I'm just kidding.
I remember that game actually. I was.
By
I
the
think I was
way,
on the call for
the record on the stream, we don't actually have a head coach. It's me, Todd Hicks, and Marlon Marzigal.
We can call you as one of the primary coaches on the stream,
coaches.
right?
No, nobody really wanted the burden, so. But no, I mean it's worked out well.
And I completely botched it. Johnny Stanton with a chip, it's Masters week, so I completely botched the call. Yeah, I was there thinking, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder what this, because I was in the bathroom. I was like, oh, what the score? And I was like, or just stand leaderboards, and I was like, I want to say Rose is up for everyone who cares. Yeah, he's 7 under, which is a great first day. Ludwig, of course.
Justin Rose? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Justin's 7 under. Ludwig, the Canadian Corey Connors, and of course Scottish Scheffler, all 4 under. But a lot of golf. I'm not a big golf guy, but
Yeah.
I try to play. I wouldn't say I play well, but big. Love the Masters.
I'm on a pace of playing like once every 3 years.
That's correct. I'm on a good pace of playing like once a year.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that I can't break 150 whenever I go out, so it usually doesn't get me a lot of motivation to go back.
I'm sorry, 150.
I was a little exaggerative. Usually I'm around like 120.
Okay.
I'm a little better than that.
That's more acceptably bad.
Well, my friend played golf at Upstate. And I remember the first time I went out, I was like, what do you think I'm going to shoot? He's like, if you shoot under 150, I'll be very proud of you.
Yeah, if you're shooting 150 and you're not playing croquet style, I would be so frustrated being behind you.
I'm a former baseball player, so I slice everything. I haven't gotten the baseball slice out, and everything, starts straight, and then all of a sudden just sharp right turn to the woods, and I lose about 10 strokes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you shoot 150, I mean, you're going through a dozen and a half balls each round.
I actually saw a good question leading up to Masters weekend. There was someone who asked the players, she looked at them and said, how many balls do you think it would take you, like right now, to not have to buy another one yet? So like if you last throughout your entire life, how many balls would you need the rest of your life? And I love the professional players were in the thousands, which is, I think one said 15,000. I said, wow. I said, imagine how many I need then. We're touching 6 figures at that point. Looking toward the crease, nice save. Hennessy is still in goal for the Tigers. It looked like it was Hurley with the look at crease.
Wait, hold on. One goalie's Hennessy, the other one's from the LBC.
One goal from Long Island, or Long Beach, New York. Excuse me, not Long Island.
Stream unofficially sponsored by Snoop Dogg.
Shot right side,
yeah.
that one's good. Wolf to Hurley. Gamecocks start strong here in the second half. Double figures, it's 10-4.
Oh, wait, how do I have, oh.
You know
Yeah,
what?
my instant replay is sponsored by Superior Fence and Rail. Just realized that it's there. That's cool.
Greg Graham is Superior Fence.
Yeah.
We're getting shout outs everywhere.
If you have a fencing project and you're in the greater Columbia area, give Greg Graham a call.
Where's your advertisement?
Oh, geez, 803-239-1302.
I can't remember that. I say it every stream and I forget about it. Hurley has a hat trick. Wolf now with, I think, his second assist. And the procedural going to be on Jordan. So Gamecocks will have back-to-back possessions here to start this second half. Thank you for being here. We're in Columbia, South Carolina. Another rendition of the Meadow Bowl here on the lacrosse fields. Yeah. Carolina, after losing up in the upstate last year, trying to get that win back and win 7 straight in a row to end their regular season.
I love the LSM sprinting to the crease after the procedural call. I don't know. Maybe the coaches aren't going to see him. You know.
he's trying to blend in as well as possible with the Clemson all whites. Dodge right side. Hurley gets by and then just gets hit at the end. That's a wide shot. Give credit to Jacob Roberts, the redshirt sophomore, strong side defensive mid. He's from around here, Jeff. I don't remember if you remember him. He's from Lexington.
Jacob Roberts?
Yeah.
Okay.
From Lexington. I didn't get the high school. That one's out of the reach, and it'll be out of play. But again, thank you for joining us in the capital city. We're at what we've dubbed Sonic Stadium. It's behind the Strom Thurmond Fitness and Wellness Center, I believe, is the full title.
I'm blocking my own camera with my hand.
It happens. Oh. Lost ball from Clemson near side. Now fight for it. Another nice stick check from Wolf. However, it's not as nice as I thought it was originally. Nope. Never mind. They call out of bounds. So Carolina ball.
All right. We'll take it.
I couldn't tell if Quisenberry stepped out, but Wolf was right in his grill trying to get possession back for Carolina. Tigers come in 8-5. Carolina now 7-6 on the year. And they down the Longhorns 13-6 in their last game here. Now the Horns down, of course, as always.
Yeah, hook that, Horns.
Egan skip pass to the crease. That one's a little high. Give chase. It was Wolf who was by the crease. He's a little upset with himself. Now Egan takes a left-handed rip and puts it in the back of the net. Upper 90. Oh. Can you say the Gamecocks missed him?
I need him to like give me a signal if he's gonna shoot. I mean, I think I was all framed up and stuff.
I mean, all of a sudden you see him overhand and just you lose kind of eyesight. I remember I looked at his stick going forward and then I just see it upper 90 and Hennessy had no shot. 11-4 lead, Carolina. You need to put it on the scoreboard, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, let me do that.
That's Egan's second.
Yeah, that's the lacrosse version of he chose violence.
That is correct. Well, Verano is now settled very nicely into the face-off duties. He's been in firm control of that battle with Jordan. However, it's not Jordan this time. It was Storfer. However, it looks like, I guess, moving pick, as you said. So even though Verano wins, it's Clemson possession. Now, they once led this game 3-2. Now they trail by 7. Rivals been dominated by Carolina. Winners of 9 of the last 11.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're right there. Right on cue. Gamecocks take one away. That's Healy. Or not Healy, excuse me. I saw the 4. I didn't see the other one. That's Minchinard. Tilden retreats to X. He'll set the Carolina offense up again. Carolina's been scoring in double figures pretty regularly all of a sudden. 13 in their last game. They scored as many as 24 in this winning streak. That was against South Florida, the Bulls. Clemson coming off of an 11-15 loss to the Hokies of Virginia Tech. So far, have been stifled by this Carolina defense after starting hot. Gamecocks have outscored them now 9-1 since that 3-2 lead. Skip pass far side, would have connected, except it skips off the edge of the stick. Right idea, just wasn't able to get the pass down. Clemson will take back control in the all-whites. Nice pass over the top. Egan gave it his best shot to try to stick that, except couldn't get it. And now another throwaway from Clemson. Another unforced turnover. Egan, he'll rip it lefty and just missed another one. That's going toward the road.
Did the ball curve?
I think it was like a gyro in a way. I don't know if it like exactly curved, but it was like had enough spin that it probably just like moved ever so slightly.
Yeah.
It almost looked like the ball, like a fastball out of a pitcher's arm in a way, with how that ball just moved in velocity.
Yeah. Crazy fast rip.
Yeah, the midi doing again. It's weird. He's listed as a midi on my roster. It feels like he does not play like a midi half the time. Gamecocks love the roll dodge. Couldn't get that one to go, though. That's Gargulio far side. Or Young, one or the other. It's hard to tell numbers with the sun going down, and it's not exactly well lit. That shot straight away from Anthony, saved by Hennessy. Another dangerous pass. Hennessy just threw that one into no man's land. Nice job there from Morales. Heads up play from the senior. Just stab that one out of midair and get back possession for Carolina. What Clemson was doing really well when they had the lead, when they were up 3-2, was they had offensive possessions. They were getting face-off wins, and they were keeping possession when they had it. Carolina was being kept out of the offensive side of the field. However, now it feels like Clemson has a lot of unforced turnovers, and I mean, there's just a beautiful lefty rip. Near side, the Gamecocks are getting everything they want. It's 12-4.
Yeah, you said a lot. All I heard was 10-1 run.
I mean, goodness gracious. I was just saying the Gamecocks have been, controlling this game, and kind of how they've been controlling this game all of a sudden, after Clemson has seemed like they've kind of come off the rails a bit. Just unforced turnovers. They can't sustain offensive possessions, and every time Carolina gets it near the crease, it feels like, because I mean, that wasn't close to the crease. That was way outside.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, it feels like. It just, they're gonna get a shot and they're gonna go in. Well, Clemson now trying to make me eat my words. However, they almost proved my point. Another just unforced error. Ground ball picked up by Carolina.
Oh, that's shoulder to shoulder. He went loose ball push instead of.
Sorry, it took me a second. Couldn't see the numbers again. The stadium's now being lit by the lights. And that was a goal though from Wolf, his fourth point of the day. The one thing I remember about Wolf back against Boston College was he was scoring a lot. That shot righty rip, saved by Flynn. Smothers it. However, it gets back towards the crease, and that one's flipped away behind the back shot. They're going to count as a shot. Gamecock bench can't believe it, but I remember Wolf, I want to say like 3-4 goals in that first game, but what's been more impressive is now is the freshman started all of a sudden distributing it out more than he's shooting. Wolf, the leading in assists now with 41 on the season. And now, however, he just scored his 22nd goal. Well, after they're going to call it a shot there from the Tigers, meaning after the Gamecocks swarmed in the middle, Clemson does catch a break here. Jackson, who has 2, comes off a pick. Tries to get any opening spot, tries to pass it up top, and the Gamecocks are just smothering it. No shot or a flag late. Looked like Romano kind of went past him with his shoulder. It knocked the helmet off of Morrison.
What they call a ward, or?
I guess they called a ward. It was on Romano,
Wait.
I want to say.
No, they're giving the ball back to us, though.
What? I'm not. I thought it was on Romano. I thought the penalty came after that, but I could be wrong.
All
Also,
right.
they blew the whistle.
Sorry.
Okay. Maybe it was on Clemson. Cool. Free clear for Carolina. Here we go. Little over halfway through this third quarter. 7 minutes to go around now-ish, if my math serves correct. Coming out of X. Well, Clemson's defense trying to lock down the Gamecocks here. Roll to the left. Young couldn't find an opening. Coming off of the screen, it looked like Wolf wanted the left-handed rip, but it's something that hasn't happened a lot. He passes it up. Fakes with the left, now goes overhand and scores toward the crease near side. Another Carolina goal. Unassisted. I think that was Young. His second goal of the night. The sophomore from Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, has almost given the Gamecocks a double-digit lead. It's 13-4. This feels like the Gamecocks are getting everything they want, right, Jeff?
Yeah, feels great.
Face-off 1 from Jordan and the Tigers. They have not scored yet in this third quarter. Haven't really even gotten a good look on net yet. Feel like their limited shots have all been pretty wide. That one's going to be a little better look, however, it goes way high. I think the only one they had was a shot near the crease that Flynn was able to deflect. Shot was by Superzinski up top. Looking for crease offense, no dice. Bounces out far side. Cutter near the crease, near side. That one's too wide of Superzinski. Ground ball popped into the air. And now Gorman finally grabs it. Gamecocks would have had more of a fast break-esque type of beat if they would have picked it up cleanly, except Gorman looks like he tried to too violently move his stick up. Gamecocks trying to go up by double digits for the first time this game. 5:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Egan far side, that one's stick check from behind. I think he wanted another. Clemson gets past the midline with the clear. And now all of a sudden the Gamecocks surround Petrangolo, excuse me. And now the takeaway for South Carolina. It's for the lobber over near side.
I thought he launched it, but it was.
Well, Nathan Wolf was hiding behind the tent for me, so I had to make sure it was him before I called his name.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard when they launched it near side. You know, near side, it's like a pop fly, so Wolf had to go basically to the ground to make sure he didn't lose it. And at that point, I can't even see him at all. Well, my one blind spot here on the field. Dodge left, try to get it to X. Hot pass.
Are we close to the third?
We're gonna
at the end of the third, rather.
4 minutes left to go in the quarter. Little over. Ball on the ground. Clemson scoops it up, though. And they've had a lot of unforced turnovers, especially here as of late. Now Tremano trying to get it away. He bounces it past the midline, and That will go into Gamecock territory. The men in black grab it. That was Leggio who picked the ground ball up. The defenseman will get another clear for him. That looks to be, I think, his second or third for Morales. You know, Jeff, the less you call a defenseman on lacrosse, the better, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's almost like the cornerback argument in football. The less you hear of them, the better. I have not really called Morales a ton today. That's a good thing for him. Egan dodging toward the middle, lefty rip, bounces near side to the right of the goalie. Hennessy. Well, a game that looked like it was going to be action-packed early has turned fully in favor of the Gamecocks. That one near side into the goal is good. Can't even think straight. It's Jaden Mullins, the sophomore. And the Gamecocks starting to feel it now. 10-goal lead. A little over a quarter to go. It's now 14-4. Mullins, the 9th Gamecock to score here this evening. And that will now bring up Coleman Glazer, the junior from Charleston, South Carolina, for his first face-off of the evening. Jordan hit it back, and Clemson wins possession. Long pass, dangerous pass, nice snare there on the far side as now Clemson will retreat into X. A pass that is saved in X. What a nice snag. Clemson continuing to make athletic saves. It's Snyder who ends up with the ball, and now will be near side to Superzinski. I lost track of all who it was. I think it was Romano on the far, or not, excuse me, not Romano. It was Wonder on the far side first, and I couldn't see who was in X. However, of course, right as I continue to try to talk about the Tigers, it's stolen away yet again from the Gamecocks and Tilden. High pass to Wolf.
Oh,
no. No?
Well, it was thrown away.
Oh.
Sorry.
So I said high pass.
No, he did do that, but
You were just saying no. Gamecocks pressuring the clear. And it's successfully done though. Is Romano with the long stick, trying for a pole goal. He'll have to dump it off late. Looked like he was making his way towards the crease and kind of relentlessly, I guess, kind of begrudgingly, it looked like he kind of passed the way. I think he was trying to take it all the way to the cage. Well, it's Jackson. Roll dodge to the left. Looks for a skip pass far side. That one's stolen by Carolina. Another Gamecock steal. Now it's Anthony Romano who takes it in and gets the Gamecocks back going on offense. Far side shot, a little high. Gargulio with the right-handed rip.
sorry, I was distracted by the moon.
I couldn't tell who it was at first. Was it Egan? So I was about to say, get ready, Jeff, because it looked like it was going to be a quick rip, and it was. Gargulio just missed high. A little over a minute left to go here in the third quarter. Gamecocks up by 10. That one's saved by Hennessy. It was almost 11. Johnny Stanton was looking for his second. Hennessy able to go down to his knees to save it. Now Clemson has possession, but from behind, Carolina in full pursuit, no quit. It's Leggio who has the ground ball. He was the one with the stick check, gets it to the crease, and it's good. All started by Cade Leggio. Finished off in the crease. Connor Egan does the job. Gamecocks up by 11.
I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised that I kept up with that pass.
I'm surprised I was too, I'll be honest. It was either Egan or Ost. I couldn't tell which one. I think it was Egan, but we had to check back on the stream.
Yeah, I can't see it.
2 and 3 don't look very different as of right now. 15-4 lead for Carolina, still with 1 quarter left to go. That was Aust, excuse me, not Egan. So Egan does not have a hat trick yet. Tried to give him one. Pull goal, yes it is, a pull goal! Gorman high stepping. Carolina looks poised to take back the Palmetto Bowl after 1 year off in the win column.
I'm pleased that I stuck with the celebration after.
Timeout, Clemson. What a turn of events this game was. It was 3-2 Clemson, and then you can see the score now, 16-4.
4-1 run. But yeah, how many in a row did we have? Like 14 in a row. So like 11 in a row, 12 in a row.
Yeah, I mean something around there. I know they kind of stopped one.
So somebody's asking, isn't the home team score supposed to be on the right side? Clemson at USC. So I'd like to say that I believe in the supremacy of the Gamecocks, and so I want them to be first. The truth is that I just didn't want to recolor the score bug. I create the score bugs in Excel, and well, today I wouldn't even be able to because we were like, I was hustling to get this.
We were a little late, but
yeah.
Everything worked out well. We had no audio to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, Clemson called their first timeout of the half, called by Andrew Tobias for the Tigers. We have 29 seconds left to go in the quarter. Mayer's already out there ready to, or excuse me, Glazer's already out there ready to go. The Tigers break the huddle. I mean, Carolina's basically in their full set. Clemson took their full time. Well, a team that was, again, what a turnaround for this Carolina team. Started 1-6, and then it was that USF game that really clicked, and then the big win was against JMU. Again, winning by, I think, 12. It was 16-4, I believe, or something around there.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. Remember that game as well? I think that was the last game we actually called, Jeff.
Yes, it is.
That was back almost a month ago. Glazer wins. Egan has possession, spinning. Now he's looking for a hat trick. The lefty rip save from Hennessy, who kind of tips it to himself in a way.
Oh.
Stick check in the far side, Carolina possession. High pass. With 4 seconds, that'll do it here at the quarter. Well, Carolina dominates. It was 9-4 going into half. All of a sudden, 16-4, 7 unanswered, and I think it's a Gamecock onslaught of Garnet and Black.
That's good. Oh, wait, hold on. We just got a compliment from Coach Todd.
Oh boy. One of the B team coaches, correct? Or
Yes. He's our pilot. He's our captain. Captain coach.
Captain coach.
Hey, look at that. Best play-by-play call in all of college lacrosse.
Thank you. I
think so,
appreciate
too.
it. Done a lot of work in the last. I will say, you know.
Yeah, we should like.
But I say, don't go pull up my first game from last year.
I was gonna say I need to do like a low light clip, and like if we get like a rain delay or something like that, I'll just play that, and it'll be like you calling.
No, we don't.
Me
No,
just
we're
saying,
good.
It was offsides, and like just like correcting anything.
I remember the first time the first game I called, I got thrown to the fire. I had never watched lacrosse in my life before Carolina played last year.
Yeah.
And I think I said he made his run, and you're like, Alex, it's a dodge. And I was like, oh.
Run.
And that's how I was like, oh, great.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, I had no idea what
stuff.
I was doing, but.
Yeah, Todd said he heard the early ones.
So, yeah, don't go listen to that first game. That first game is.
Oh, yeah.
It's not something I'm proud of. I mean, it's something that happened, but it's definitely not my best work. If you want to hear my best work, I guess tonight's probably on top of the list, I'll be honest.
Yeah, today's been great.
It's also been an easy game to call. Procedural. It was against Jordan. Looks like him and Glazer exchanging words as they both head to their respective sidelines. Here we go, fourth quarter. Gamecocks have quadrupled up Clemson. It looked like Clemson will not be going back-to-back for the first time in over a decade. And Carolina will now, barring a incredible collapse, will be up 10 of the last 12 over the Tigers here in Lacrosse and take the Palmetto Bowl. You know, I remember when we got the game yesterday, Jeff, I was like, is this the last time these two schools play at any like athletic? And unfortunately, no. The softball team goes up to Clemson in a couple weeks, I believe, or sometime in the next couple weeks. I don't know exactly the date.
Yeah.
But I was really hoping to like kind of give that out. I was like, dang, that kind of sucks. But I don't know why Clemson Carolina softball's this late in the year. I mean, usually I get those done pretty early. Righty rip, upper 90 yet again. Colin Jung. I mean, it's just too easy.
Yeah.
Hat trick for him.
Hey, you know what? These Hammond kids might have a chance to see Coach Glick on the field at this rate.
Well, again, the Gamecocks have hit 20 plus once. It was their 24 to, what was it, 24 to 5 victory over USF. And I mean, there's a very real chance they get it tonight, and with some revenge-fueled intentions here at the Sonic Field. I mean, it seems like it's gonna go in favor of the Gamecocks. Again, I thought we were gonna in for a good game in our hands with Clemson controlling face-off early, and then Verano flipped the script with a blink of an eye. Well, you know, usually in high school we try to waste as much time here. However, of course, shot clock will not allow the Carolina offense to do that. So, got to imagine they'll be pretty aggressive. However, Anthony can't reel it in. Looked like it was a good pass from Hurley, just off the end of the stick. Oh, contact near side. It was Eisinger who ate it all up and got past the midline. Here we go. Clemson looking for their first goal in the second half. Yes, you heard that correctly. It was a 9-4 game going into halftime. It's now a 17-4 game. If you're just joining us, welcome into beautiful Columbia, South Carolina. Temperatures are dropping a lot colder than they usually are here around this time of year. Righty rip, that one gets to the near side past Flynn. First goal of the night for the freshman Supersinski. Clemson has their first goal of the second half. It's 17-5.
It's been so long, I almost forgot to save it. I forgot I was showing Clemson highlights too. Whoa, don't fall.
I really tried to backflip. My book bag's right under there, so I'm really hoping I don't.
Yeah.
Clock, some clock issues here. 12:25 to go. I hope the stream caught that.
Yeah.
Usually,
there's a problem pressing the start-stop button on the clock.
we had the problem back in the first goal of the game.
Yeah.
Usually, it's a lot of I think the roommates and the friends of the lacrosse players that run the clock. So, always a good amount of banter between everybody here. Jordan and Glazer on the faceoff. Jordan wins it for the Tigers, and he almost throws that one away. It's knocked down far side. But yeah, no, beautiful Columbia, South Carolina. It's a little breezy, which makes it, the 60s feel a little colder than they are, but no humidity, which is always a nice sign. Usually I'm drinking my own air at this point. Dodge to the right, forced out from the Gamecock defense. Skip pass up top, on a grounder that gets by to the outside of Flynn, and he chases it down. I don't think that's Flynn, excuse me. It's Drew Gregory who takes over in goal, the junior from Charleston, South Carolina. Probably missed the substitution. I haven't got a lot of looks at the Gamecocks goalie today, so I'll take that. Romano looks for a pole goal right side, wide. The senior wanting to get on this rivalry action. Romano has 6 goals in the year. It's not like he doesn't score, but he's not one of the top options as he'll now cross back to the defensive side of the midline. Well, now I'm sure, Jeff, with the, revenge intentions. I feel like the Gamecocks would love to drop 20 here on the Tigers tonight. How aggressive do you think Clemson is? And that's going to be...
Small push.
Yep. Mullins does a good job of covering the ball up, making Eisinger having no other choice. We'll reset the shot clock, which means nothing to us who have nothing, can't see anything. Tilden loses it. I'm not sure if it was a stick check. I think Tilden just may have lost it. However, it's a fight forward on the far side to get it back. That scrum is one from the Tigers. Behind the back. Wow, that was impressive from Romano. Or not Romano, I think that's Reese Simonson. Yeah, that's Simonson, excuse me. That's one of the strong side long pulls. So Clemson has possession. Finally stopped Carolina's onslaught of goals. Carolina had basically run away with it before Clemson got back into the scoring fray. Right-handed rip. Gregory saves it. Punched up into the air and out. Looked like it was Jackson trying to get back on the board. Jackson has 2 goals. Those range all the way back to the first quarter. The senior from Rhode Island, playing in his last rivalry game, potentially. I'm not sure how the COVID years work anymore with...
Yeah, no.
I'm pretty sure they're all out, right?
I think so.
Wonder dodges. Gamecocks chase him out. That was Egan, who is playing like a midi now. Usually we see him on the attack side, as Jeff has been in awe of Egan a couple times, and that time does a good job of pushing Wonder far from the crease. Overhand rip, bouncer that misses. Good chase, though, from the Tigers in X. Gotta give Gregory credit, though, and coming out of the goal is never easy, and he almost chased down the shot. Clemson trying to work the ball in X, contact behind the goal. Unable to really see who has it. However, Clemson does come up with it. I think it's Superzinski in goal, who yard sail loses it. No, Carolina possession.
Wait, what?
I guess they're gonna say it was last touched by Leggio. I'd have to assume.
Huh.
It's hard to see. He's not arguing, so I would assume it's usually, I say it about every stream, I usually judge the calls by how bad the player argues, and Leggio kind of walked away. There's some yard sail from Healy. They're gonna be playing without a stick.
Yeah.
Which I think is smart in that situation, because it looked like Healy was just going to pick it up and start moving with it, and so instead it looked like Morrison said, I'm just going to try to go, even though I don't have my stick, just play, so they blow the whistle.
Yeah, not a bad call then.
No. Kind of like the offside, same thing with the offsides, when you're already offsides, no reason to stay onside now, go back off. Romano's inching the midline. I think he wants to go in. Can you tell, Jeff? Look how close he is. You can't see him on screen. He's like inches away from crossing the midline. Mullins gets it to X. We're up top. Got a quieter game from Hurley, a quieter hat trick for him. With all the Gamecocks scoring. Hat trick gets lost, lefty rip. That one's snared from Hennessy. Nice pass up top. That one connects to Ziegler, who clears it. Looks like he wanted to go right towards the crease, instead backs off. Well, we're officially halfway through this fourth quarter, 7:30 to go. Gamecocks commanding 17-5 lead in this rivalry game. The regular season finale for both Carolina and Clemson. And Alex Ross, Jeff Rose, thank you for being here. It's a nice rip. Again, don't have 61 on my roster. Apologies. The away jerseys are always different than the home jersey. You just kind of learn that with club sports and high school sports. Trying to see what it even could be.
Okay, like any names that you haven't called?
That's usually what I try to do. I mean, everyone that I see that has a decent amount of goals on the...
Have you said Fusara?
I've seen him on there, I think. So if it is Fusaro, I apologize. I think I've seen him on there like once or twice. That's currently what I'm looking at.
I'm just trying to look and see if I remember it.
Yeah.
Although, you know, again, I don't really know what happens even after I watch a game.
Yeah, it might be Fusaro because he had 5 assists in their loss against Virginia Tech, and he's 61's been on the field a lot. Again, just with away team jerseys and home team jerseys, usually your roster is your home team jersey. So which makes it really easy for me to call Gamecock games right now because, of course, everyone on the roster is wearing their usual jersey. But a lot of times they'll change jerseys just because of the availability of what they have in their wardrobe. That's the short answer, everybody at home.
Yeah, sometimes they forget to wash.
Nice stick check from behind. That's also partially true. I think it was Wolf trying to get towards crease. And now a shot that wasn't supposed to be a shot. Gargulio was trying to pass toward the crease. It was intended for Meyer, and it finds the upside part of the goal. Everything's going right for Carolina.
He called that.
I mean, it's technically a goal for Gargulio. It's his second one.
That was amazing.
That was awesome. It's one of those alley-oops that you're like trying to just get up for the cutter, and then all of a sudden it just finds the goal.
You know what would be amazing is to actually design a play like that.
Well, it worked as, you know, Meyer cutting towards the crease kind of worked as a shield for Hennessy.
Yeah.
You know, Hennessy's focused on Meyer right at crease who's jumping for the ball, and then all of a sudden the pass, quote unquote, goes into the goal. There's a nice check from behind. That will draw a flag though, so not exactly as nice as Jordan goes to the ground.
18-6, is that right?
Yes, 18-6. Carolina's tripled Clemson with 6:25 to go.
I'm so good at this.
Again, with South Carolina losing for the first time in 7 years last year, I feel like the aggression will continue to this game's conclusion. And it just happens to be Clemson.
So apparently I've said great broadcast definite fiction.
Is that?
I guess Asa, I hope.
That's probably Asa. Or maybe your wife, you never know. She could have logged on. No? No? The way you shut that down almost as quickly as I brought it up.
Could be Sam or Hearn.
That's true. You're both all your sons. That one's stolen from the Gamecocks defense. I think it's
Nice outlet. Jeez.
I think it was Gorman who brought that one down on that far side with the long stick. Gargulio was calling for it up top. Now he'll get it near side. Yeah, well, this is where Carolina's now. They're to kind of tone the aggression down, and this seems like they're just running around to chase as much time off. I think it's a 90-second shot clock, correct? Again, we really can't see it.
Yeah, you really
so,
shouldn't ask me that. I think it's 80 seconds.
Well, they're saying dad, so I'm assuming it's one of your sons. Trying to make the live stream more active. I like it. Underhand rip. That one misses wide. Don't think Hennessy got a stick on it. Oh, they shot, I think, from Ost. Yes, it was. You know, makes it a little easier when I see number 3, Egan, right in front of me. So, yes, that was a shot from Ost. That was off the mark. Egan dodges toward the middle. Stick check, still gets a shot off, and the jumping left-handed rip is wide of the goal to the far side.
It's close to my car.
I think it was Romano and Eisinger both in defense there for the Tigers. I think it was Eisinger who got the stick that didn't give Egan a clean look, and Eisinger now in X was the one with another nice stick check, and that will give Clemson back possession. Third left to go here in the fourth quarter, just under 4:50. As a dangerous play for Hennessy. Takes it all the way near the midline before he dumps it off late. With how many times Clemson has thrown it away today, you know, it's hard to believe that was best course action. Nice job getting this stick up in the passing lane, but it will be out on Carolina. Looks for a skip pass far side. It will. Well, I thought it was going to bounce into the hands. The ground ball wasn't picked up cleanly, and now the Gamecocks grab it. Giano into the game, the sophomore in attack. Number 4 who grabbed it, and he will stay in the game as attack. Gamecocks will now start looking to kind of use the edge of their bench. So
Wait, is Glick in?
I can't.
The Hammond boys are
I think
going
so.
crazy.
I'd have to. It's harder to see. You know, everyone's on the far side of the field, and that's where it's probably the worst lit, is on like the corners. So hard to see. Well, that's Mullins, who gotta give Wonder credit. He looked like he was trying to just put a stick out and from the back. Up top, Ost. Underhand rip. That one's deflected. We'll go to Mullins. Near side, Young still in. It's Richard Shiana, the sophomore from New Jersey, near side, closest to us, as well as Anthony. Anthony has the ball, tries to ground one through. It's deflected. Doesn't even get to the goal. Quisenberry. You'll get credited with that one, the deflection for him. And a high pass. That turnover caused by Anthony. He was looking near side to Graff.
Ooh.
A little high pass. That was going to go on Holden Morrison for the turnover for the Tigers. He got his stick in the passing lanes off the jump. Looked like the Tigers, I think it was Super Zinski who was saved it, and that's a goal from Wonder on the near side, I believe, for the Tigers. Sorry, all that happened so fast. I was trying to get names down, and I just look at the right-hand jumping rip. I believe that is the freshman midi.
Oh.
What?
Josh's dad.
Oh.
It's my dad.
Oh, your dad.
Okay.
Oh my God, there's Kevin Dumpton. You look stupid.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Yeah. Thanks for watching, Dad. Also, Gamecock, proud Gamecock alumnus. Wait. So yeah, Joe Connolly says, and it shall be known as the Garguglio blocking screen alley-oop.
That's exactly what it was.
That's perfect.
That was all intended.
Oh yeah.
Glazer wins the face-off. He'll pass it near side. The shot is good. That is Glick. That's Coach Glick. I had to make sure before I call it. As the Hammond B team goes crazy from behind the goal. That's Glick's second goal of the season. As the scorekeeper's hyping up the Hammond B team. 19-7 lead for the Gamecocks. 2:52 to go.
Oh, yeah.
Got to give Coach Glick his dues. Procedural call. That's going to go off of Glazer, so Clemson will have possession.
All right.
Here as the fourth quarter starts to round out.
Man.
Clemson will have to wait 2 more years where they try to win a lacrosse game in Columbia, South Carolina. Their last win came in 2012. It's going to be 14 years at least before they can say they've won here. Just behind the back rip. That one found the back of the net. Nice shot. I couldn't tell if that went in. I think it's Fasaro. That looked like 31, right, Jerf? Or is that 34?
Yeah.
That's Fasaro, I think.
Can't see anything.
Yeah, that looks like a 1. Fasaro, the South Carolina native, gets on the board for the Tigers here as the game winds down.
Oh, where's he from?
Merle's in the
I miss you.
his 7th goal of the season.
Waccamaw High School? Nice.
I love how Jeff knows exactly what that is. I didn't know about Waccamaw until I went
That's the high school
to.
in Waccamaw.
I didn't know. I didn't know about the
Or
Waccamaw
the high
until I
school.
went to Polly's Front Porch, the burger place in 5 Points.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Remember when I went to go toward the campus? My dad was like, "I've heard this is a really good spot,"
So-
and that was the burger I chose to walk. And I'm like, what is this? And my dad was like, "Oh," it's like it's a city in South Carolina. And I'm like, that's not real. I've been here my whole life. I quickly learned it was
So
real.
it's, yeah, between Merle's Inlet and Polly's
Yep.
Island, Polly's Beach.
Jack DeLuca in game for the Gamecocks, number 36 near side. Ball popped into the air, stolen from Clemson. As that ball looks like a stick check. Bouncing towards the crease, and now Carolina has possession. Kevin Dunphy, the sophomore, takes it past the midline. And there's Coach Glick.
Okay, nice and close. There we go.
I know,
Number
he's
31.
good. And, As seen on Definite Fiction,
Oh.
Coach Glick. Ooh,
That was not his fault.
well, as I said, I have everyone's name on the roster for
Is there a
Carolina.
head
I
on
might have
that?
missed one. Huh?
Is that a lacrosse head on the field?
I believe so. Ooh, carnage there. Looks like Tiger hits the field. That was Aiden Touchstone, the LSM, who went down for Clemson.
Flag down far side.
Yeah. I'd assume.
No, it's. Wait, was it? It was somebody's glove?
Oh, it looked like a head to me. I'll be honest.
Unless it's one of his teammates. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Very possible.
All right, so it's a penalty against the Gamecocks.
So Clemson will be man up for presumably one of the last times. Don't worry, Jeff. I'm just looking at the weather. It's not supposed to come in until 11,
great.
so.
I mean, the scary
the
clouds
inclement
went
weather.
away.
Yeah, they're supposed to start raining at 11. We were a little scared. We're out in the open. About 1:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Gamecocks 19-8 lead. Clemson's tacked on a couple goals in this fourth quarter. 4 to be exact, and that one's high. Looked like a far side rip near the crease. Clemson's doubled their score after halftime, all in the fourth quarter. And they had 3 in the first, 1 in the second, now 4 in the fourth. They were held scoreless in the third quarter from the Gamecocks, who dominated, scored 7 unanswered. That right-hander rips way over Jackson, trying to get one late here. Did you see how long the penalty was? I'm assuming it's a minute.
No, yeah, probably. Glick also coached the Aces Vipers team.
One of the club lacrosse club lacrosse teams.
And hopefully I'll go to coach against them with the Florida B team at Lexington.
Looks like some contact from behind, no call. Behind the back flip there. That's now trying to be scooped towards and closer to the midline. Carolina with the smooth get. That was Gorman, who has another nice get. He, of course, has a pole goal already, and now breaking free. The righty rip is good. The Gamecocks put a 20-piece on the Tigers. I wasn't able to see what number that was, just with how fast it developed. I'll have to go back on stream, but the Gamecocks, a 20-piece in this rivalry game that caps off a successful night here.
I followed him. I'm hoping that he turned.
I'm about to see on stream, don't worry.
I'll have to play that replay in a second.
I'm looking for it. I can't. I didn't really do a good job. Glazer wins the faceoff all of a sudden. Pass to Glick near side. And Coach Glick will just run it out. It might have been Glazer who scored. It looked like it was something along the lines of that, but that'll do it. Game wasn't even aware, but the Gamecocks down the Tigers 20-8. Continue to hold teams under double figures in this now 7-game winning streak. Another double-digit win here for Carolina as they will reclaim the Palmetto Bowl and now improve to 8-6 on the season. The Tigers will fall to 8-6, finishing their season. Both teams felt like they were going in different trajectories. Carolina now again 7 straight wins. Clemson now have lost 4 of their last 5. So.
Is this the last regular season game?
Yep, regular season finale.
Oh man.
So that'll do it.
So.
Yeah.
And I think this meant this was the difference. We had to win to make the playoffs.
Oh really?
I believe. I would have said it earlier, but confidence level's kind of low. and don't want to jinx anything,
Yeah, I should probably looked a little more into that than I did, but yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, we were 3rd in our division behind Georgia Tech and Georgia, who are both very good at lacrosse.
Yep.
Of course, now the 19th ranked team beats Clemson, and seems like these Gamecocks are headed into a postseason push.
The team's playing really good.
I mean, it looked like it was going to be close, which is how it started, and all of a sudden, Gamecocks flipped this on its head and never really looked back. Well, all right.
Awesome.
Well, I think.
Glad this worked out.
I know, you called me last night, you're like, well, you think there's a chance you can be available for tomorrow for the game? And I was like, oh, I haven't done any look at Clemson's roster, but sure, I can start now. That was a fun deep dive till past midnight last night, and glad it all worked.
Yeah.
Gamecocks are gonna hoist the Palmetto Bowl trophy. Hurley. Just dominance all around for Carolina. There'll be surely be some celebrations tonight. 12 different Gamecocks found in the back of the cage here this evening. As really that really the end of the first actually, and moving towards like the whole third quarter.
Hey, look, we're in the photo.
I'm sure they can definitely see us in the back.
They probably did this on purpose.
Standing on the scaffolding. Well, I almost joked, you know, with the Forest Acres Classic, our spring break tournament, I always joked last year, they posted a picture saying congrats to the now Hall of Fame coach of the Miller Mavericks, Billy Wagner.
Oh,
and I was in the back and I was almost about to crop it and be like, me and Hall of Famer Billy Wagner.
Yeah. Awesome.
Didn't end up doing that, though.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, it was a thank you for having me. Thank you all for tuning in this Palmetto State, of course, game. And it felt, you know, always good as a Carolina alumnus myself, always good to see Gamecocks win as the B-teamers rush Coach Glick after his goal.
You get that?
I think they're gonna show. I think he's gonna take all the pictures of the signs. Successful night. As now they will make their march toward the postseason, which of course we won't get to do considering it's very, very far away, and they probably don't watch streaming.
Yeah.
We didn't look into it, but I would assume it's a no-go on both fronts.
Nice. All right, cool. All right,
well,
that's it.
Thank you for joining us. Alex Ross, Jeff Rose with you. Thank you for joining us this whole lacrosse season, and I will see you next Monday. And for Gamecock lacrosse followers, maybe next year. Have a good one.
That's right. All right.